Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what Sundays were like at Spring Creek Lodge back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm guessing if you're watching this channel and if you're watching this video, you already kind of know what the deal is. But on the off chance you maybe randomly stumbled upon this video after watching some other videos or getting it recommended, Spring Creek Lodge was part of a program called WASP, WWASP, Worldwide Association of Specialty Programs. If you've seen the Netflix show, the Netflix documentary, the Netflix series, The Program, this is one of those WASP programs. I believe the one covered in the documentary was in upstate New York. This one was in Thompson Falls, Montana, middle of nowhere. And so I forget if I already made a video. If I haven't, I'm planning on doing so. But just kind of doing a day in the life of a normal day, Monday through Saturday. And I say Monday through Saturday because you didn't have weekends in the WASP program. You went to school Monday through Saturday. Monday through Saturday was like Groundhog Day. It was like the same day in and day out. You still did calisthenics. You still had to go to school. You still had to do everything on Saturdays. But Sunday was, quote unquote, your one day of rest, so to speak. Sunday was a little bit different. We got a little bit of a better breakfast on Sundays. Sometimes you might even get a hot breakfast. We still had to clean up. There were still some things you had to do, but you still had to do calisthenics. But you didn't have school, and you'd get to watch, I think it was 2 movies. You watched like a movie before lunch and a movie after lunch. And that was kind of your rest and relaxation, your leisure, whatever. And while the movies were on, you could draw or, write a letter home or little things like that. So here's what Sundays were like, right? So again, Monday through Saturday is like Groundhog Day. Sunday is at least the one day that you have a little bit of a break. So we would wake up. I think we get to sleep in an extra half hour, an extra hour over normal. I'm guessing normally we woke up at 5:30 or 6. On weekends, or I should say on Sunday, I think we got to sleep in till like maybe 6:37, something like that. So we would get up. The way that it worked, half the guys in the room showered in the morning, half the guys showered at night. So the guys who showered in the morning showered. Everyone did their hygiene stuff, brushed their teeth. And then Sunday was a day for like a deep clean. So somebody would have to vacuum the room. The way the rooms were set up, it was like these metal bunk beds, like lining the outside of the room or the exterior of the room. So you'd have to kind of like get a paper towel and some kind of spray and wipe down all the metal on those. All of us had like one laundry basket that was all of our possessions that would go under the bed. And so you had maybe a couple pairs of clothes, and then I think you were allowed like a notebook and maybe one book. So you didn't have a whole lot, but you'd organize your bin. We'd have to make our beds. You'd make your bed really good. And then everybody would have to do this deep clean. So again, people would, dust, vacuum. In the bathroom, you'd have to clean the sinks and toilets and shower with a toothbrush. Everything would have to be like sparkling clean, military inspection clean. And after that, we went to breakfast. So we went to breakfast. Oftentimes on Sundays, you get like a hot meal or something a little bit better than normal. Like pretty much my entire time there, almost every single breakfast, definitely Monday through Saturday, was farina, which is like a generic cream of wheat. And if you're below, I forget if it's below level 1 or if you're below level 2, it might even be level 3, but definitely if you're below level 2, if you're level 1, you don't get condiments. You just got cream of wheat with nothing on it, right? Like no jam, no sugar, nothing. But on weekends, I think we might get like, they weren't great eggs, they'd be like powdered eggs, but you might get like powdered eggs and a couple sausages. If you were really lucky, you might get like an Otis Spunkermeyer muffin, although more often than not, that was something for like holidays. On a rare occasion, we get biscuits and gravy. But Sunday, you might get a hot meal. They might have some pre-made pancakes or something like that. So you'd have breakfast, and then after breakfast, it's the same thing as any other meal. You get searched when you left the cafeteria. Make sure you don't have any silverware or any food. And then I believe we would still go and do calisthenics. So it was kind of this like grand hall room where we have to go do calisthenics. You might do push-ups. Someone would hold your feet and you do dips. You do all that type of stuff. Maybe run a couple laps around the room. And then after that, they would announce who the winner of cleaning was. So basically, whichever family or whichever cabin they'd inspect everybody's cabin. So whoever had the cleanest cabin, there was some kind of perk. I might be coming a little bit out of order in terms of how the day went. Maybe it was that you got to eat breakfast first, but I don't think that's what it was. I think maybe you got to pick what movies you guys wanted to watch first, or we would watch movies in the classrooms, right? And if you haven't been to Spring Creek Lodge, like the where everybody lives is there's probably 6 or 8 double-decker 2-story log cabins. Each one of those cabins is 2 stories, and in each story, the first floor and the second floor are each split in half. So there'll be one family on like the top left, another family on the top right, another family on the bottom left, another family on the bottom right. But the classrooms were like independent little cabins, tiny home type deals, whatever. To the left of the basketball court, and so maybe it was you got to pick what cabin you watch your movies in, but whatever. There was some kind of perk for having the cleanest cabin. And then we would get to after calisthenics. We would I think maybe stop back by our room to go to the bathroom and grab some things, and then we get to go watch a movie. So I think they used to have a big box of VHS tapes. You got to keep in mind this is like back in the early 2000s. So big box of VHS tapes. Everything had to be appropriate. So it was generally like no killing, no murders, no sex. One movie I remember watching a lot was like The Great Outdoors. I'm sorry, not The Great Outdoors. The Goonies. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What else did they have? Like Back to the Future. Like those kinds of 80s and 90s like PG, maybe PG-13 movies. And so, we'd all fight over which movie we were going to watch, and we would actually get a chance to watch a movie. Now, when the movie's playing, I think you could maybe chit-chat a little bit. You could write a letter home. Some people would draw. No food, no snacks, or anything like that, but you'd watch a movie. After your movie, you would go to, I believe you'd go to lunch. And, there's nothing special about lunch on weekends. You probably got a bologna sandwich or something like that. After lunch, we'd go do calisthenics again. So we'd go back to that grand room, do push-ups, dips, burpees, whatever else. And then we would have, after lunch, to watch our second movie of the day. And, we'd pick out a movie again. You watch The Great Outdoors or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or whatever else. I don't know I'm trying to think like what we did on Sundays because the day is pretty long. So I guess 2 hours and 2 hours for a movie, that's like 4 hours plus lunch 5. I guess maybe that was today. I'm having a hard time remembering, but we'd get to watch a second movie of the day, and I believe after the second movie was done, it would be probably close to dinner time. So we'd go eat dinner. Again, dinner on Sunday would be nothing special. I'm trying to think. I know certain days of the week you might get like spaghetti or something else. I don't recall. What we got for dinner on Sunday, but we'd have dinner, and then we'd go back to our dorm, go back to our bunk, whatever you want to call it. And I want to say you had a couple more hours on a Sunday than you would on like a normal weekday. Because a lot of times we were like going to school at 7 o'clock, so you probably get out of school at 8 o'clock, and then maybe have a half hour or an hour to shower and kind of wind down before bed. So I think maybe you had a couple hours on Sunday nights back in the cabin. And the guys who showered at night would get a chance to shower in the evening. I think the rest of us, you might play some dominoes, play some spades. Some of us would get a workout in doing some dips between the beds or whatever. And then we would go to bed, and that was Sunday, and that started the week all over again. You have another 6-day week until you had another movie day. I want to say maybe after lunch they let us out on the basketball court, and people might get a basketball game going. Or just kind of walk around, farting around or whatever. But that's basically what Sundays were like. Let me know when you guys were there. What were Sundays like? Did you still have movie days? Would love to hear your guys' kind of experience. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.